Brandon, we're looking at some storms possibly coming later in the week, right?
Yeah, later, really throughout much of this week, it's going to be kind of an unsettled weather pattern. Now, these are going to be hit or miss showers and storms today, but then as we go to about, let's say, Tuesday, that's when rain will become a little bit more widespread over the area. So this is what we're tracking this week. We're going to get a cool wedge this week, cold air damming. We know how that happens in the Carolinas. We get cold air wedged up against the mountains, and we just kind of sit over cold conditions and also rainy conditions through the day. That'll set up for Tuesday of this week, but it's going to be kind of overcast and cool for much of the week with unsettled weather conditions to track as well. Here's a look at rain chances. 40% chance of showers today, 30% for Memorial Day, and then there's Tuesday. That's your big rain day there, and then also again on Thursday, I think that's going to be one of our more widespread rainy days, and then we start to dry things out by Friday and into next weekend. Looking at satellite radar right now, we've got the stalled boundary down to our south. Now this stalled front is going to move a little bit today, so it's going to be moving to the north as a warm front, and you see that moisture down over South Carolina this morning. That's going to start to drift a little bit further south over our area as we go through the afternoon and evening. So notice radar, we've got more widespread rain towards Augusta up into Columbia, more widespread rain and thunderstorms. That activity should start to shift to the north a little bit for the early afternoon. Right now in our viewing area, it's just a few light raindrops for southern Lancaster County, far southern Chester County, and far southern Chesterfield County. And as we go through the afternoon, again, you see some of that energy, some of those showers and maybe rumbles of thunder trying to cross the I-85 corridor around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So maybe a downpour or two towards Charlotte through the early afternoon, also down towards Monroe and Sherrall. And then by 6 o'clock, just in time for the Coca-Cola 600, things are dry. I do expect things to be dry for the start of the Coca-Cola 600. It's as we go through the race where we'll likely start to see rain chances increase. So 9 o'clock, still a few hit or miss showers, rumbles of thunder. And then by 11 o'clock, notice we start to close the gap a little bit in these showers. They become a little bit more widespread by 11 to midnight. And really overnight tonight, we're definitely going to see at least some rain, maybe some claps of thunder overnight tonight before drying things out for Memorial Day morning. So if you have any Memorial Day services you're going to tomorrow morning, any outdoor services, overall, it's not a bad day tomorrow. It's going to be gloomy, lots of clouds, temperatures struggling to get towards 70 degrees, but it's not going to be as rainy as it was looking like earlier last week. We're just going to be dealing with more spotty shower chances. Here's your Coca-Cola 600 forecast for tonight. The race starts at 6 o'clock. Only a 20% chance of rain at 6 o'clock, but notice by 8 o'clock it's a 30% chance of rain. By 10 o'clock it's a 40% chance of rain. So rain chances will gradually go up as we go through the race. There's about 90 to 95% chance we start the race on time, 70 to 75% chance that we get through halfway and get the race official, 50% chance that we actually finish it with no interruptions from Mother Nature. Temperatures this morning much warmer than yesterday. We're actually starting in the upper 50s and low 60s. Now it is chilly in the mountains, 40s there. Won't have a lighter jacket for the high country. 60s for the mountains this afternoon. I'm only expecting temperatures to get into the low to mid 70s this afternoon just because there's going to be a lot of cloud cover. Tonight we drop into the 60s, showers, some rumbles of thunder later tonight. We'll be tracking that for you. And then Memorial Day itself, we'll call it 70 degrees, mostly cloudy with spotty shower chances. And again, we'll call it a 30% chance of rain for Memorial Day itself. As we go into Tuesday, though, we do get more unsettled. And look how cool it's going to be, 60s, and we're tracking rain on and off through the day on Tuesday. Some showers and storms will build in from mid to late this week, and notice temperatures start to warm back up into the 80s by Thursday and heading into next weekend.